when I wake up, I think to myself, I'm like, how can I make Selena's day better? Like what can I do in my day to make her day better? Because then that makes my day better. And I wanted to find a person like that. And I know when Selena wakes up, like the first thing she's thinking is like, how can I make his day better? And we have such a give and take. Like I could never even see a world where I would ever yell at her. She would ever yell at me. Like we don't argue like that. Like I feel like we just have conversations. Like there's never an argument. Sometimes she'll say, this is so funny.
Oh boy.
She'll go, I'm feeling a little irritated and I think I need like 25 minutes. And I'll say, okay. And then I give her space. And then after like 5 minutes, she texts me. She's like, hey, will you come back? I miss you. Yeah, but it's knowing that, and we have the proper boundaries set with each other. Like I don't have to be on top of her every second. She doesn't have to be on top of me every second we're together. I just want to know she's in the house so I can say like, hey, I love you. And then go back to what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Because look, we're both highly independent people. Okay. But we're both little mushes who just need to be attached at the hip.
Yeah, we are so cheesy. It's so fun.
It started with a single photo, just one candid snapshot that quietly slipped onto the internet like a whisper. No dramatic announcement, no flashing headlines at first. Just a soft, sunlit moment. Selena Gomez laughing, her hand loosely wrapped around an iced drink, walking beside Blanco, who looked unusually relaxed for someone often hidden behind studio walls. But within hours, that quiet moment had transformed into a full-blown internet conversation. Because this wasn't just a casual outing. It was a scene one that fans couldn't stop replaying. And then people noticed something else. They weren't alone. Walking just a few steps behind them were Lil Dicky Kristin Batalucco, creating what fans quickly dubbed the most unexpected but wholesome double hangout of the year. Suddenly, this wasn't just a stroll, it was a story unfolding in real time. The setting, effortlessly low-key. No red carpets, no velvet ropes. Just a relaxed, almost cinematic afternoon where everything felt normal. And maybe that's exactly what made it extraordinary. Selena Gomez, known for her carefully curated public appearances, looked completely at ease. Gone was the high glam, polished persona often seen at award shows. In its place was something softer, more grounded. Her outfit was simple but intentional comfort meeting quiet style. She wasn't performing. She was present, and looked like a behind-the-scenes figure anymore. He looked like a partner, a steady one, and that dynamic didn't go unnoticed either. Social media lit up not with chaos, but with curiosity. There's something about seeing two people exist naturally together that feels more revealing than any interview or press statement. Fans began dissecting the subtle details. The way Selena leaned slightly toward Benny while talking. The way he really listened without distraction. It wasn't loud affection. It was quiet alignment. Meanwhile, Lil Dicky brought his signature laid-back energy to the scene. Known for blending humor with introspection, his presence added a different rhythm to the group. He and Kristin seemed perfectly in sync, moving with the same casual ease as Selena and Benny, but with their own playful undertone. If Selena and Benny were the calm melody, Lil Dicky and Kristin were the unexpected harmony, slightly quirky, but perfectly fitting. The four of them together created a kind of balance that felt almost intentional, even if it wasn't. Of course, the internet did what it always does, it started asking questions. Was this just a friendly outing? A double date? A casual hangout between industry friends? Or something deeper, a glimpse into a tight-knit circle that fans hadn't fully seen before? No one had official answers. But that didn't stop the theories. What stood out most wasn't speculation, though. It was the tone of the reaction. Instead of the usual frenzy or controversy that often follows celebrity sightings, this moment sparked something softer. People weren't arguing, they were admiring. Comment sections filled with words like peaceful, real, and refreshing. In a digital space often fueled by drama, this felt like a pause. A gentle one. And maybe that's why it resonated so deeply. Selena Gomez has lived much of her life in the public eye. From her early days in entertainment to her evolution into a global figure balancing music, acting, and business, she's rarely had moments that felt truly private even when they were. Every step, every relationship, every expression has been analyzed, amplified, and sometimes misunderstood. So seeing her like this, unfiltered, unguarded, simply enjoying time with people she trusts, felt different. It felt earned. Blanco, on the other hand, represents a different kind of fame. He's the mind behind the music, the architect of hits that millions know by heart. But his personal life has largely stayed out of the spotlight. That contrasts Selena's visible journey and Benny's quieter path creates an interesting dynamic. Together, they seem to meet somewhere in the middle, where neither has to be more or less than who they are. And that middle ground, it looked comfortable. As for Lil Dicky and Kristin Batalucco, their presence added another layer to the story. Lil Dicky, whose real name is Dave Bird, has built a career on blending humor with vulnerability. His creative projects often blur the line between comedy and real-life introspection. Seeing him in such a relaxed, off-stage setting reminded fans that behind the persona is someone who values connection just as much as creativity. Kristin, while less publicly known, brought a sense of grounded energy to the group. She wasn't trying to stand out, and yet, her presence felt important. Sometimes, the most compelling people in a scene are the ones who aren't performing for it. Together, the four created a snapshot that felt almost cinematic. Not in a dramatic, over-the-top way, but in the quiet, observational way of an indie film where the beauty lies in the small moments. A shared laugh, a passing glance, the unspoken comfort of being surrounded by people who understand you. And maybe that's what made the internet pause. Because in a world where celebrity stories are often loud, chaotic, and filled with tension, this one felt calm. There were no shocking twists, no hidden conflicts, just a group of people spending time together, existing in a moment that didn't need to be anything more than what it was. But somehow it became everything. Fans began revisiting the photos, noticing new details each time. The way Selena's expression softened when she wasn't aware of the camera. The subtle way Benny adjusted his pace to match hers. The effortless conversation flowing between all four of them. It wasn't staged. It wasn't curated. It just happened. And that authenticity is rare. Of course, with any public sighting, there's always the question of what it means. Is this a sign of deeper friendships forming? A glimpse into a new chapter for Selena and Benny? Or simply a reminder that even the most watched people in the world still seek out ordinary moments? The truth is, it could be all of those things or none of them. But maybe the meaning isn't in the answers. Maybe it's in the feeling. Because for a brief moment, through a few simple photos, people saw something that felt genuine. Not perfect. Not polished. Just real. And in today's world, that might be the most captivating story of all.